Well, what's up, Guardians? Peace and grease here. Some good news out of the Destiny 2 Bungie camp for a change. They've announced that they will not be resetting your level at Renegades. Furthermore, they've announced that they will not be zeroing out the hurdle resource unstable cores. Now, this what may seem like a very good change. I would caution you not to celebrate too soon because it definitely seems like a temporary one. How temporary? Well, we don't know yet. Bungie's response to that kind of boils down to when they know more, we'll know more. So, hurry up and wait. With that being said, if there are any developers out there, I don't mean just at Bungie, I mean in general, you need to understand if you add an invasive resource to your game, you're creating a barrier, not just for new players, but also existing players. When you create a resource that is limited in the number that you can acquire per week so that you can limit your players, you're creating a barrier. So a resource system shouldn't be overcomplicated. Again, you're creating a barrier. The entire idea of a resource system should exist out of sight of the player. Okay? It shouldn't be invasive. A new player logs into Destiny 2 for the first time. They create their character. They want to learn about the abilities of their character. They want to learn about the world, the story, the characters, how to use their character. At no point do they want to focus on a damned resource. That's a problem. Look, if a new player came to me today and said, Peace, I need 500 unstable cores to level this weapon. What NPC do I go to buy them with the in-game currency? You can't do that. Okay, that's weird. What NPC do I go to buy junk weapons and armor that I can scrap for unstable cores? Yeah, you can't do that either. Okay, what NPC do I go to exchange my limited resources for unstable cores? Yeah, you can't do that either. Well, then how the hell do I earn unstable cores? Oh, you have to go farm Portal for the next 6 hours. I just spent 6 hours farming Portal for my level. But you need to farm another 6 hours for unstable cores. When your focus of your game shifts from the storytelling, the world, the characters, to hyper-fixating on a resource, you're putting nails in the coffin of your own game. Players just want to log in for the first time. Even if you're existing players, they just want to log in, play the game, and have fun. Right? Shoot angry aliens in the fucking face. They don't want to worry about a damned resource. When you push something like that onto people, human nature is such that people push back. They rebel. Gamers rebel by leaving, which is what we're seeing happen right now. And unfortunately, until you get this whole leveling an unstable core system worked out, you can't get this game back on track. That's just the reality. I mean, I get it. Bungie's desperately just throwing everything against a wall, hoping something will stick, but that's really the reality of the entire situation. It's one of my complaints about Warframe. That developer's perfectly content with stacking layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of resources, and it sucks for any new players. I don't know how many new players I've brought to Warframe. They get through the introductory mission, and I start taking them through missions, and they get bombarded with resources. What's that? How do I use that? What's that for? Is that good? They literally just booted in. They're trying to enjoy the game and figure it out, and you're bombarding them with resources. Might be a little bit of a problem, don't you think? But that therein is kind of in that nutshell is their problem. I think some developers have really kind of lost the plot in regards to why players are there. It's one of my complaints about some modern racing games today. If you look at Forza Horizon 5 as an example, I enjoy that game. I do. Play it often. But the developer of that game added emotes and these little quotes that pop up when you're driving. And they've added these clothing items and these masks and these helmets, and I don't care about any of it. None of it. I'm there for one reason and only one reason, and that is the cars. In regards to Destiny 2, I know this is going to be crazy to hear for some of y'all. I don't boot up Destiny 2 for a Fallout experience. If I want a Fallout experience, I will wait for it, go play Fallout. Crazy idea, I know. But with the Star Wars expansion, I don't care. And your response to that may be, but I like it. That's fine. But again, crazy idea. It's not complicated. Why wouldn't you go play a Star Wars game? I don't boot up Destiny 2 for a Fallout experience. I don't boot up Destiny 2 for a Dishonored or BioShock experience. So why are you booting up Destiny 2 for a Star Wars experience? But peace, lightsaber, I don't care. I want more Destiny. That's why I'm here. I love the world of Destiny. I want more Destiny. But unfortunately, you're getting that Star Wars expansion. If you feel the same way as I do, too bad. And I think that's part of the problem. What needs to happen? Unstable core costs need to be slashed across the board by 75%. That's a must. Unstable cores need to drop from all items scrapped, regardless of level. And look, the unstable cores are limiting the number of characters people can have. I have 3 characters I have since D1. I can't afford to run them. I can't. If I run more than 1 character, I run out of a stable course. I can't have 3 characters. Again, that's another problem. Anyway, by the way, Bungie, if you're trying to think of maps for PvE and PvP, stop thinking horizontally and start thinking vertically. I think a tower chase game mode would be a blast. First to the top and ring the bell wins. You can be PvE or PvP. You can have little hidden platforms that can give you a slight boost if you know how to reveal them, hint, hint. You can have ships occasionally flying through that you can jump on that will give you a boost. Just don't stay too long. You fall off the tower, you die, you have to start over. Kind of like that mountain climb in D1 at the Iron Lord Temple. People love that. I love that. But anyway, I know every peak shooting radar crutching hardcore sweat PvPer is now cursing my name. Good. But feel free to let me know what you think down in the comment section, or don't, whatever you're feeling. And until next time, peace out.